ask for leftovers and a drink. It's now a reality under a new Wisconsin law. Local businesses hope cocktails to go help them recover from the pandemic. And dozens of people displaced after a fire in Janesville, what the Red Cross is doing to help them out. Plus, as Women's History Month winds down, we hear from a Madison business owner who's doing what she can to support other women-owned businesses.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. Wisconsinites are known for drinking at bars, but now you can take the bar home with you. Starting today, you can add a craft cocktail to your to-go order throughout the state. Adam Duxter explains why Wisconsin's newest law is raising spirits in more ways than one.
That's all day, every day.
Not quite 10 a.m.
Okay.
And Brian Bartles is already behind the bar at Settle Down Tavern because today is a big day.
Are we rocking any specials today?
After what's proven to be a tough year.
It's been an interesting up and down roller coaster ride of sorts, but we're lucky to still be here.
Bartles opened Settle Down Tavern last May. 2 months into a pandemic, that's still not quite relenting.
It's really difficult to think about who's going to show up on any given day, if anyone at all.
But a shakeup to Wisconsin law starts today, as any of the drinks Bartles pours can also be served to go.
It's a huge sign of relief, to be honest with you, and that's what it provides for everyone, is a way to pivot and have new opportunities.
And cocktails to go isn't something that'll just help Settle Down Tavern, but rather the state's Tavern League says it's a win for all bars after a year where they haven't had many.
Every little bit helps. I think we've been hit harder than most, and I think our legislators realize that, and they realized that we needed this help.
Bartles says this change is what owning a bar should be.
There's a lot of Bloody Mary focus going on today.
And that's fun. But more than anything,
The Dario Speedwagon.
a chance to help his bar keep going until it's safe enough for everyone to come back in person.
Literally, the word survive is one of the most essential words we've learned in the last year of COVID. And this is an opportunity, a greater opportunity for businesses to survive.
In Madison, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
The law was first introduced as a bill last month and had backing from both Republicans and Democrats. Bartels says he's hopeful to include the service for years to come. Let's get a look at your first warn weather with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. We had the sunshine, but we also had the wind today, Gary.
Yeah, that made a difference. Temperatures only made it into the middle 40s, but tomorrow those winds will be out of the south, and it'll be a completely different day. Let's start out by taking a look at the time-lapse from the Edgewater Skycam. Some clouds early this morning, then that gave way to sunshine for this afternoon. And skies are clear tonight. Just a few flurries up in northern Minnesota and on the other side of Lake Michigan. And winds today were pretty gusty. Some areas between about 35 and 40 miles per hour, 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Lone Rock. Here in Madison, the winds gusted to 37 miles per hour. Wind advisories, though, have been issued from noon until 8 tomorrow for areas west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line, where wind gusts could hit 45 to 50 miles per hour tomorrow. High temperatures today in the lower to middle 40s. Madison topped out at 45. Those winds out of the west and northwest. But tomorrow, those winds will come in out of the south. So temperatures will drop into the upper 20s tonight. We're at 31 right now. But by tomorrow afternoon, look for high temperatures to be in the lower 60s thanks to those strong southerly winds. Temperatures will cool down again for midweek, but warm up toward Easter. I'll have more details of the forecast in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Gary. 50 people are without a home after a fire at a Janesville apartment building early this morning. It happened on St. Lawrence Avenue. That's about 2 blocks from the Rock River. Authorities responded around 3:30 after smoke was coming from the 3-story building. 7 people trapped on the 2nd and 3rd floors had to be rescued by ladders. 1 pet died in that fire. The Red Cross is sheltering 22 of the people at a local hotel.
Today and into the next few days, we'll be working with those folks, to make sure that they have somewhere to stay, that they've got meals, they've got health and mental health needs taken care of. And then, of course, there are a number of more people who were displaced. And if those folks end up needing our help or their situation changes, of course, we will be able to work with them and help them.
The cause of that fire is under investigation. 6 people are also displaced after a fire in Madison near the Beltline today. Officials say the fire in the 1100 block of Starlight Drive was caused by improperly discarded smoking materials. All 4 people who were in that house made it out safely. Damage is estimated at $50,000. Nearly 1 million Wisconsinites are fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. 23,000 shots went into arms around the state yesterday, as nearly 1 in 3 adults have received at least one dose, while 995,000 people have finished their vaccination series. DHS is reporting 428 new cases of the virus. 30 more people have been hospitalized. The Biden administration is working to roll out vaccine passports. The so-called Vax Pass would be used by people at work, in school, or while traveling internationally. White House officials say the card could play a role in daily life. In recent weeks, the travel industry has been calling on the government to develop a passport system. If you want a vaccine but don't technically qualify yet, there's a clinic you might want to try. The Ho-Chunk Nation is offering vaccines to anyone over the age of 18 this week. You can get your first dose of the Moderna vaccine on Wednesday at the House of Wellness in Baraboo. The clinic runs from 9 to 5. You don't have to live in Sauk County to go there, and you don't need an appointment, although it is recommended that you do make one. The Ho-Chunk Nation asks that you bring your ID. We have a link to register on channel3000.com. Part of the Summerfest grounds in Milwaukee will soon be a temporary vaccine clinic. The Summerfest Guest Services building will be open for vaccinations by appointment starting on Tuesday. It'll be open every Tuesday and Thursday, as well as some Saturdays. As for the actual Summerfest Music Festival, after being canceled last year, it is scheduled to take place this year during 3 weekends in September. Dr. Anthony Fauci says the reason the coronavirus has spread so fast around the world is because it became so well adapted to humans. That's why he says he's looking forward to reading the World Health Organization's report on the origins of COVID-19.
A very plausible explanation for this is that this virus jumped from an animal host, a bat, to maybe an intermediate host, and then to a human, and we didn't see it, we being at first the Chinese, and it was under the radar screen, and we know that infections, many of them, are without symptoms. So it's entirely conceivable that it was spreading considerably for weeks, if not months, before we recognized it at the end of December, giving it plenty of time to adapt to a human.
On Friday, the WHO said it had finalized its report. It's expected to be released in the next few days. Mexico is adding more than 100,000 COVID deaths to the worldwide total. The Mexican government said its death toll is actually 60% higher than it had reported. Before, they had only reported about 200,000 deaths. Their new numbers show 321,000 people have died since the start of the pandemic. That's the second highest total in the world, only behind the U.S. England will lift its stay-at-home order tomorrow. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson says the country must still remain cautious when it comes to gatherings. The country had been on full lockdown since January 4th. England is expected to open non-essential shops in mid-April. In more local news, it's the final weekend of March, and that means it's also the end of Women's History Month. Several history-making women made the trip to D.C. earlier this week to talk about an issue that's affected women ever since they joined the workforce. That's pay inequality. Christina Laurie explains what the wage gap is like in Madison and why the numbers don't tell the whole story.
Here in Madison, the numbers are a bit better than the national average. Women make 92 cents for every dollar a man makes, but that doesn't compare men and women working the same jobs with the same hours and the same level of experience. For many women like Molly Moran, the biggest barrier to success is just getting their foot in the door.
There's a lot of very old school way of thinking of like women aren't able to do these jobs.
Molly chose a career in the male-dominated wine industry.
They cared more about what I looked like than what I think that it can be very off-putting to young women.
She says misogyny and stereotypes are two of the reasons more women don't become winemakers, on top of the fact that family land often gets passed down to sons and not daughters. So when Molly broke into the business herself, opening Table Wine in 2015, she knew what she had to do.
I see it as my duty to help women along the way that I either was at certain moments in my career or very much wasn't.
From who she buys from.
If I'm picking between 2 Chardonnays from California, they taste pretty similar. They're pretty similar in price. one's made from a woman, one isn't, I'm going to pick the woman-made wine usually.
To who she hires.
That no matter who you are, no matter what gender you are, and you work for me, that you feel safe. That said, I have men who work for me too.
Molly is holding the door open for the next generation of winemakers, giving more women the opportunities they've earned.
First and foremost, the wine has to be good.
Now, of the 300 bottles of wine that Molly sells in her shop, about 1/3 are made from women. And she launched a new feature this month on her website where customers can shop for wine based on who makes it, so you can see if it's made by a woman-owned winemaker. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
Table Wine is donating $1 from every purchase of a woman-owned wine label this month to the Foundation for Black Women's Wellness. That's a local nonprofit committed to eliminating health disparities for Black women and children. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 10, Gary has your first warn forecast. Plus, all eyes are on Minneapolis as the trial of the officer charged with George Floyd's death gets underway tomorrow. What you need to know about the 12 people sitting on the jury. And multiple people are dead after significant flooding in Nashville. The latest on the storms down south after the break.
Go farther with personal checking choices. At Starion Bank, you make the decisions. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Yeah. With great deals, get ready to turn your dreams into reality.
Right now, save big with a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Corolla. To learn more, visit Toyota.com.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
Here at Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that your lawn should be a place where memories are made, a source of pride, relaxation, and fun for the whole family. That's why we proudly offer a child and pet-friendly program, so you can enjoy a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn without sacrificing peace of mind.
Our program offers effective, targeted weed control, and our golf course quality fertilizer creates a beautiful outdoor space. Don't your kids and grandkids deserve a Weedman lawn? Trust the lawn care experts. Trust Weedman.
Step 1, build a new breed. Make it an SUV. Send it off-road. Send it to Baja. Then evolve, enhance, expand. Make it capable, smart, human. And then make more. Because the only way to predict the future is to build it. And the only way to build it is Ford proud. Now get an adventure-ready 2021 Explorer for just $399 a month. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Go farther with personal checking choices at Starion Bank. Like Smart Checking, it's free when you choose e-statements. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
Wake up every morning with Chris Reese and his Plan Your Day forecast, designed to help you plan your day before you walk out the door. Plan Your Day with Chris. Weekday mornings starting at 4:30 a.m. Only on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
It's going to take at least a 7th day to free a massive container ship wedged across the Suez Canal. Efforts today to dislodge the ship were once again unsuccessful. The ship got stuck in a single-lane stretch of the canal on Tuesday. Major shippers are driving their boats away from the area as experts say the traffic is forcing the global economy to lose more than $9 billion each day. It's been 6 days since 10 people were killed in a mass shooting at a Colorado supermarket, and gun control is still on the minds of many in Congress. When it comes to action, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says everything is on the table.
We need big, bold action, and we will get big, bold action. We would prefer if our Republican colleagues would work with us on these issues, but if not, our caucus will assemble and figure out the best way to get this done, and everything is on the table. Everything is on the table.
Dozens of people gathered in Denver today demanding comprehensive gun reform in Colorado. President Biden said today gun control will happen. He says he's open to discussing a bill that includes universal background checks. Boulder police say they still don't know the suspect's motive for Monday's shootings. There are more calls for New York Governor Andrew Cuomo to step down. Cuomo is facing a wave of sexual harassment allegations. A group of protesters gathered outside his New York City office today, demanding the state assembly speaker impeach the governor.
And if Governor Cuomo isn't held accountable, how can we expect anyone else to?
I am a survivor. I believe survivors. I think their voices should be centered in this debate. I believe he's no longer able to govern. This is distraction after distraction.
Cuomo has apologized for the pain he has caused, but says he did nothing wrong. The Wall Street Journal reports dozens of state officials have been subpoenaed by the state attorney general, including one of Cuomo's top aides. The murder and manslaughter trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin is set to begin tomorrow, and it's likely to be one of the highest profile criminal cases in recent memory. CBS News' Nancy Chen has a preview.
Activists gathered for a rally outside the Minneapolis courthouse on the eve of opening arguments in former officer Derek Chauvin's murder trial. Chauvin faces second and third-degree murder and manslaughter charges in the Memorial Day killing of George Floyd. Bystander video of Chauvin's knee on Floyd's neck for about 9 minutes sparked widespread outrage, setting off months of protests and a national reckoning on race and social justice.
There was so much turmoil last summer, but it was a long time in the making. We had been letting city officials know that things were reaching a boiling point.
The 12-member jury consists of 6 people who are white, 4 who are black, and 2 who identify as multiracial. 7 are women, 5 are men. The judge is allowing the trial to be broadcast and live streamed with public interest high after Floyd's death prompted an outcry for police reform. Community activist Antonia Williams is collecting petition signatures calling for a charter amendment to replace the Minneapolis Police Department with a new Department of Public Safety.
We're just one arm, that is out here trying to create change and get away from a system that is clearly not working in our best interest.
In the courtroom, the jury box was removed as a COVID-19 precaution. Jurors will sit at individual socially distanced desks, and plexiglass will surround anyone who is speaking. The trial is expected to last about 4 weeks. Nancy Chen, CBS News.
During jury selection, the city of Minneapolis reached a $27 million civil settlement with George Floyd's estate. 4 people are dead after 7 inches of rain flooded Nashville this weekend. Authorities say 130 people were also rescued from cars and homes. The fire department says the floods are also causing mudslides, trapping people in their homes. 2 of the people who died were found dead near a homeless camp in a wooded area south of the city.
The teams responded bravely to rescue people not only from their homes and cars, but also to make sure that they go to known areas of our residents that may live outdoors.
Let's get a look at your first warned weather. Gary, that flooding, it happens so fast.
It did, but this is the second time in about 10 years the same thing has happened in the Nashville area. Very similar situation in 2010. But look at how widespread the flooding is. This is 72-hour rainfall over the last 3 days, and you can see this wide swath from near Memphis through Nashville and areas south of Nashville into the northeastern portion of the state, where 4 to 8 inches of rain fell. These areas that show up in yellow just south and west of Nashville may have seen between 9 and 10 inches of rain over that 3-day period. So it's not any surprise that they were seeing massive amounts of flooding there. Severe weather today shifted eastward into the Washington, D.C. area up toward New York City. A lot of wind damage reports over parts of Pennsylvania into areas west of New York City. But you go from too much rain in one part of the country to almost nothing in another part of the country. In fact, drought conditions have been developing over much of the central portion of the country, and that coupled with low humidity and high winds for tomorrow have prompted red flag warnings for high fire danger from New Mexico and Texas all the way north to the U.S.-Canadian border and eastward as far east as northwestern Illinois, just to our south. Fire danger is still high across southern Wisconsin as well. Wind advisories are in effect for our western viewing area, but there are high wind warnings and high wind watches over much of the central portion of the country for this weather system. Now, those winds will be out of the south, 15 to 30 miles per hour generally, with gusts of 45 miles per hour or higher, but with the winds out of the south, that'll warm temperatures up. So we'll look for high temperatures in the 60s. Chilly weather returns for Wednesday and Thursday as the winds shift back to a northwesterly direction and temperatures drop into the upper 30s and lower 40s. So southerly winds, temperatures jump up. Northerly winds, those temperatures drop right back down. Southerly winds kick in again at the end of the week, and temperatures are back up in the mid-60s by the Easter weekend. High temperatures today, 30s and 40s over our part of the country. Look at the growing area of 60s and 70s out to the west. Those 60s for sure will be in here for tomorrow. Weather track shows the jet stream pushing to the north. Right now it's from the northwest. That's why we've cooled down a little bit over the weekend. But with the jet stream winds pushing northward, that will allow mild Pacific air to start moving eastward behind this warm front that'll swing through sometime late tonight or early tomorrow morning, shift our light winds to a more southerly direction and have them increase in speed. Temperatures 20s and 30s here. Out to the west are already in the 40s over western Minnesota, and those temperatures will warm up quickly tomorrow. Wind advisory west of a Platteville to Lone Rock to Wisconsin Dells line from noon until 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. Look for a high of 61 tomorrow, but those winds could gust 40 to 50 miles per hour over our western viewing area and about 40 miles per hour elsewhere. 50 for a high on Tuesday as those winds start to shift back to the west. Colder weather for Wednesday and Thursday with highs upper 30s and low 40s. We start warming up again on Friday, mid 60s for the Easter weekend. Then some shower and thunderstorm chances early parts of next week. High temperatures, though, still a little bit above normal in the middle 50s.
Just a little roller coaster for the week, but we'll get through it. Thank you so much, Gary.
You're welcome.
Wisconsin's Outdoor Sportsman Expo might have a new permanent home. How it found a way to return this year. Stay with us.
Now, First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
There are endless ways to see the world. But when it comes to actually getting there and experiencing every soul-changing corner of it, there's only one. The Jeep Cherokee.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 84 months or $4,750 total cash allowance on select 2021 Jeep Cherokee models.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
If a nurse is what you want to be, let Herzing University make it possible in lots of different ways. Whether you're planning to become a nurse for the first time or take your nursing career to the next level, Herzing offers learning options and a choice of nursing pathways, all with personal care and support. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. Be exactly the nurse you want to be.
I'm possible at Herzing. I'm possible at Herzing.
I'm possible at Herzing.
I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
Mom's gonna kill us.
Gorilla Super Glues. Of course.
Gorilla has a fix for every project. Original brush and nozzle and ultra-controlled gel for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
We switch.
I switched to Chevy. I switched for more room. I switched for my family. For adventure.
We love our Chevy.
With an impressive lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, it's no wonder people are switching to Chevy year after year.
I'm never switching back.
Add another Chevy to your driveway. Get a $3,500 cash allowance on most 2021 Equinox models. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $1,250 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Like most things, the open season Sportsman's Expo was canceled last year. But as Shelby Evans shows us, it returned to Wisconsin this weekend in a brand new place.
We're at the Open Season Expo in Wisconsin Dells today. I'm going to demonstrate for you Orion's modular blind system.
The Sportsman Expo and its 200 vendors have all of your outdoor needs, from hunter's equipment to jerky and tractors to fishing boats.
So it's pretty much, if you love the outdoors, it's here.
But after a year off due to the pandemic, the expo looks a little different.
Well, this year the biggest change was actually moving here from down in Madison.
Eileen and Jim Schreckenthaler live in Madison and have been attending the expo for more than 30 years. They made the 50-mile drive to the Kalahari Resort.
We enjoy this because it's nice and open, and you know, it's a lot more space than in Madison, and it's also good to see this here open again because we missed it last year.
Organizers say they were able to bring in similar attendance numbers to 2019 while still following COVID precautions. This new location has a promising future for the expo.
It's been a great turnout, and the exhibitors are extremely happy. They love this facility, and we like it too, so we think we might have found a new home.
In Wisconsin Dells, Shelby Evans, News 3 Now.
The expo doesn't have a date set yet for 2022, but organizers expect to be in Wisconsin Dells again. The Brewers have wrapped up their spring training schedule in Arizona. They beat the Reds today 7-1 in 7 innings. Milwaukee has 2 exhibition games in Texas this week before opening day at American Family Field against the Twins. That's on Thursday. The NCAA tournament continues tomorrow night right here on WISC. 2 teams will punch their tickets to the Final Four. It starts with Oregon State and Houston at 6:15 before the nightcap between Arkansas and Baylor at 9 o'clock. News 3 Now at 10 will air right after that second game. Stay with us. A final check of your First One forecast when we come back.
Back on the road, let's go. Here we go. Pick them up, put them down. Get on in there, get a snack, go to the bathroom. Everybody goes to the bathroom. Just make sure the cat goes to the bathroom. We are not stopping anywhere else. We used to go to the bathroom. Wait, who's that guy? When do we pick him up? All right.
This is Ford Truck Month.
So are you ready for a ride?
Now is the time to get a great deal on Ford Ranger, Ford Super Duty, and the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Get our best offers of the year and see what Built Ford Tough can do for you. Welcome to the show, America.
Welcome to the show.
Right now, get $5,750 in total savings on a 2021 F-150. Only during Ford Truck Month.
Everyone loves my Bobapedic mattress. The best sleep for way less than those other brands. But don't take it from me. Guys?
It has a funny name, but I love their specially formulated memory foam.
It was easy. I picked a price and feel, and Bob's gave me 3 great options.
They let me choose delivery in a box or set up in my home. And have you heard that jingle?
Bob's Bobapedic, from your head down to your feet. It feels like no mattress you felt before.
The people have spoken.
Bob's Bobapedic. At US Cellular, we believe everyone deserves 5G. So we're building our powerful 5G network for the millions of Americans who live outside of New York and LA, like teachers in Madison and small business owners in Rockford. That's why we've included 5G on all plans, no extra charge for everyone, whether you're working or playing. All US Cellular plans include 5G, no extra charge. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's actually my dream car, and my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'd be a nice dream garden right here, too. Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Over 10 years ago, we made a promise to redefine everything a truck can be. And while we've made good on that promise by winning back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year awards, the work is never done.
During Ram Truck Month, hurry in and get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus $4,000 total bonus cash on the 2021 Ram 1500. Visit ram.com and see your local Ram dealer today.
Here you go. Thanks.
You guys, stop yelling.
Dane County's game plan for reopening jury trials, Monday at 5:30. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Washington, D.C.'s cherry blossom trees have reached their peak bloom. Officials say it's coming a few days early after unseasonably warm March weather. They weren't expecting them to bloom until next weekend at the earliest. But not everyone can see them in person this year. The National Park Service is limiting access to the trees. Instead, they're encouraging people to enjoy the flowers virtually on an online live stream. I have always wanted to go see those cherry blossoms. I just don't know if seeing it online would be the same effect.
I actually was lucky enough, we had a holiday vacations trip out there a couple of years ago, and we got there right at the peak of, the blossoms. The next day it rained, the blossoms came down, and that was pretty much it. So
perfect timing.
Those blossoms aren't going to last very much longer, and the winds that'll be heading in that direction. Temperatures here right now are generally in the upper 20s to lower 30s, but those winds will pick up out of the south tomorrow. Wind advisories in effect for the western part of our viewing area from noon until 8 p.m. Look for windy conditions tomorrow with a high of 61 degrees. Those winds shift to the northwest and temperatures drop into the upper 30s and lower 40s midweek, but warm back up as they go back into a southerly direction toward the Easter holiday.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.